Reddit stories. NSFW. Posted by u/thrilled against their boyfriend acting differently after failed first time. Hi guys. I've been dating this amazing boy for around 9 months now and he is perfect. His personality is amazing, he doesn't have any side chicks, we like the same things, and is honestly a once-in-a-lifetime find. We FaceTime every night for hours, and I feel like I can truly be myself around him. I genuinely think he is my soulmate. He plays AAU basketball, so over the weekend he and his team traveled to Indiana for a tournament. We could not talk at all during this time period, so right when he came back I invited him over to come to my house the next day so I could hear him talk about his trip, cuddle him, make him food etc. He comes over, and immediately I am like a dog seeing its owner after work. I'm bombarding him with kisses, hugs, and all the cheesy stuff. He does the same. We calm down and headed to my room and we get to cuddling. After about 15 minutes, cuddling melts to making out leads to a BJ. Midway through, he firmly says I wanna put it in. We're both virgins. I was shocked that he said that. Maybe it was just the heat of the moment, maybe he was getting a little too excited, nevertheless, I gave into it. To make things short, it didn't work out because of tightness reasons, but he kept urging me to try this position or just relax. I wanted to make him feel good, but after hearing criticism so much, it eventually led me to tears. He didn't comfort me. He watched me cry for 2 minutes, and reluctantly mutters, "Can you give me head instead?" What? I couldn't believe what he said. I was crying and the boy who I thought would comfort me during this time is asking me to give him head. I felt like shit, but I still gave it to him. After the entire thing happened, we had to leave because I had a basketball game. The entire way towards the bus stop, he doesn't try to hold my hand, he doesn't try to kiss me, doesn't try to do any of the things that he used to do. He didn't even want to kiss me when we had to leave each other because we were going different ways. After my game, I texted him that I was done. He leaves me undelivered for 17 hours. He posts on his story, everything, ignoring me. I texted him this morning and I asked him why he was leaving me undelivered. He ignores it. At this point, I'm desperate for an answer so I text him again. He replies 8 hours later with, "I don't know, I'm just not feeling well." I just saw him on my friend's story dunking, cutting through fast breaks, and living life like a healthy, normal civilian. He never ever acted like this in our entire relationship, ever. What do I do? Sad face. TL/DR. Boyfriend starts being distant after an unsuccessful first time, excuses it for not feeling well. Let's read some comments. Peach Lifey says. How old are you guys? My honest opinion, you should just drop it and focus on yourself. Guys are assholes and you're going to encounter many of them in life. The current choices he's making, like purposefully ignoring you, speaks a lot about his character. Don't let him preoccupy your mind. Thestral Glow 6 says. He's shown you who he really is. He saw you upset and distraught and demanded that you s him off. He then ignored you and made you feel stressed and worthless, meanwhile he was partying and didn't give you a second thought. Please, find your self-respect and leave him. You deserve better. You deserve someone who treats you consistently well and actually respects you. This dude is an asshole. Pro Shy Guy says. Most people's first time isn't that great. While I wasn't a virgin at the time, my GF was. It was just too uncomfortable for her our first time so we stopped. She kept apologizing, saying she wanted to have CCE time. Told her that we did do it, albeit not the best, but that was okay. It'd get better with every time. And guess what? It did. Your experience was totally normal. Your boyfriend was just an ass. Delicious Waffle says. TLDR, focus on yourself and do what makes you happy. Your goal shouldn't be to only satisfy him. He should have been more empathetic. Remind yourself, and him, that the goal of sex isn't to make him feel good, but for both of you to enjoy each other. It needs to be fun for both of you. It should never be one-sided. The sensible decision would have been for him to comfort you, not ask for head. First time sex isn't always great. My first time with someone, also her first time, wasn't great either. It was also in the heat of the moment. It had been a few weeks, when she decided she wanted it. She was excited, but at the same time, nervous, which probably resulted in her body not letting me in even though she wanted it. So basically the same reason as yours. Later on, I was curious, so I did some research. Apparently it's pretty common. And that's okay. Anyway, after a few more attempts, she started to get upset at herself. Even if I could get it in, it was no longer fun, and I couldn't stand seeing a girl who was about to cry. I stopped and reassured her that everything would be okay and that we could always try again another time. That is what he should have done. Instead, he showed that he only cared for himself. Otherwise, he would have comforted you when you started to cry.